Gemini, somebody is feeling left out in the cold. Is it because you are off enjoying and exploring and soaking in all of the knowledge that the earth has to offer? Not giving enough attention to your partner? Maybe your partner might be feeling left out in the cold. You might be feeling this also. It's the overview energy. So even though there might be highs and lows in your love life through this 6 months, as there always are in love, right? But you got to keep kind of coming back to this is the overview energy. And if you want this to change, then something has to change, and it might not have to be your partner. Okay? Again, high level. If I say you, I could mean your partner. It goes, the energies go vice versa. So don't leave a comment below that says, you said that I'm doing all this, but it's actually my partner that's doing this. Yeah, I know. It could go vice versa. Okay. High level energy for the third quarter is the Six of Pentacles. So when I talk about somebody is not focusing on the relationship and it's hurting the other partner, that's what's happening. Now, if you're completely single, and not dating, you're feeling left out in the cold. But you know what? You're leaving yourself out in the cold. So what can change that? Reciprocity. If you want to date, you got to go get dates. Okay? If you want to find love, you got to be available for people to ask you out. And I'm sensing that's for a small percentage of you, because even though people say they're happy single, everyone's always looking for love. Okay. High level energy for the third quarter, reciprocity. You have to give. They have to give. If you want to receive, you have to give. If you want to give, if you want them to give, you know, it goes vice versa. This is also a card of generosity. So opening up and you know, again, being more available, helping out, meeting people. If you want to talk to somebody, you have to go talk to them. If you hope they ask you out, be in their line of sight, flash them a big old smile and some eyes. You know, you gotta give what you want to get. It's the overall theme for the third quarter, so keep that in mind, because we have some rough moments here. I'm going to put this over here. I don't know if you can see it or not, but Six of Pentacles and Five of Pentacles. Queen of Wands, Two of Cups, Queen of Swords, Seven of Cups. What does this mean? Positivity, taking responsibility, being accountable to move your life in the right direction, move your love life. When I say life, I'm talking about love life. So you or your partner is actually, you could be involved with a fire sign, but you or your partner are taking on this mentality of, okay, if we see a goal or we want the relationship or our love life to get to a place, we have to do something about it. Okay? She's always forward looking, but also putting in the work behind it. Just like the Empress, she's working. She's not gonna, and you know what? She also doesn't play the blame game. So if her love life isn't where she wants it, she says, well, yeah, it's because I haven't been putting myself in the right environment. I haven't been trying to date. I haven't been asking for phone numbers. I haven't been giving my phone number. So if I want to date, if I want to find love, I have to be the one to do it. So look at where she's leaning into love. Two of Cups. Reciprocity. She's leaning in. She says, it's time. It's time I start reconnecting with my partner. It's time I start finding love. It's time I start giving my emotions and allowing emotions to come to me. I've been like this. Maybe I've been really hurt in the past. Okay? This is an air sign. This could be you, Gemini. I've been hurt in the past. Maybe I'm a widow or a widower. Maybe I was cheated on. Maybe I don't trust anybody. So I'm going to be awesome and amazing, but I'm never going to let any love in, and I'm definitely not going to ever show any emotions. This is where you've been. You can stay here, or you can go have options. You can stay here, or you can go lean into emotions. Lean into emotions. Lean into giving and receiving emotions, because what happens when you do that is you realize where you've been. This isn't a bad place to be, but if you want love, you have to allow the options into your life. You have to look past this smoke screen and assume people aren't, and stop assuming that everyone's mistrust, everyone is not worth trusting, and there's only bad options. Okay, get out of here with that. Yeah, people lie, but there are also lots of people that don't. People might take advantage of you, but there's lots of people that don't. Lean into emotions and go get some options. You've been hurt, okay? If you're in a bond, there's this energy of good times and bad times. Lots of spinning thoughts. Now, Geminis, this card, yes, hurt feelings, spinning thoughts, and agonizing over what could have been or what they said or what they did. The key with this card, this is so important and nobody ever talks about this, and I don't know why, but the key with this card is that swords represent thoughts and ideas. So one, if you're a human being and you can control your thoughts, why would you sit up all night thinking only about hurt and loss? If you're in this state, and people go through this, people go through depression, people have hurt feelings, people have broken hearts, yes, but at the same time, your thoughts are keeping you here. Why not think about a strategy to get more options? Why not think about warming up and accepting and giving love? You can think about this stuff, or you can think about this stuff. Why would you want to do that? So take some time. You're going to start doing this, or you are doing this. Remember, the whole energy for the whole 6 months is somebody is feeling left out in the cold. And it's like, they don't want to be here anymore, so they're going to start opening up and giving and receiving. No people, happy people. Okay? No people, cold, barren trees. Happy people, giving and receiving. Worrying about things, giving and receiving love. Okay? The Hanged Man. And I know that was melodramatic, but I had to do it. Because it's clear. Okay? It's clear. The Hanged Man. This is the card of Pisces, and it talks about waiting for the right timing, but possibly waiting a little bit too long. Okay? Looking for answers, looking into the universe, looking for divine guidance. And yeah, those are all really good things. But you also can't sit at home all day and never go meet anybody and then wonder why you don't have any dates on Friday night, or you haven't talked to your supposed boyfriend or girlfriend in 9 days and they haven't reached out to you. So you're pissed. But have you reached out to them? Okay? This is the card of hanging around and waiting for the right timing, but waiting too long. There's a crow here. Crows represent death. You could hang here forever waiting for the right timing, or you could just go take action and look what happens. So have faith in timing, have belief in love, belief in yourself, belief in your abilities, belief in guidance, belief in your abilities, belief in emotions, belief in options. Have faith. Don't just sit around and wait for it all the time. Believe in it and be in it. Okay? 7 of Swords. Yeah, people suck. They lie, they cheat, okay? They steal. They're overconfident that they can keep it hidden. Now, I'm not really sensing, though, I will say that I'm not really sensing that this is somebody in your life based on these cards. I'm sensing that this is a fear of yours. This is why you've separated yourself from emotions. Why you're trying to figure out why you're afraid. You're still doing really well in life. Like, life is on par. Love is not on par. Okay, so you're trying to figure out what's going on. Now, if you're in a long-term committed bond, things are really good, and then things get cold and there's mistrust. There's too much waiting, lack of communication. But you're trying to have faith in it, but then you still are afraid that they're going to be lying and cheating. But if you pull away too much, if you hang around and wait too much, then you're not giving either, so why should they? Okay? Keep this in mind. And keep this analogy in mind. Cold, no people, warm, lots of people, everybody's happy. You can decide. Now, let's talk about fourth quarter. Overview card is the Tower. This can be, first of all, this means everything's breaking down, but it's for the purpose of being rebuilt on a more stable foundation. Okay, something big happens, it's traumatic, the relationship could break apart, there could be a huge fight, everything's just like this disaster. But the purpose behind this card is that it can be rebuilt. It's a major arcana card, and it is the 16th major arcana card. So in the journey of a phase with somebody, with your love life, this is not the end. So you need to recognize, yeah, the Tower sucks, but it's not the end. It's only the 16th major arcana card. There's cards after that that lead to a new beginning. And it could be a very positive beginning with somebody. So this is the overview card. This is the overview card, but you got to keep in mind, you got to pull this energy through. Things are going to fall apart unless you're giving too. And same with your partner. If you're giving, and they're not, it's going to fall apart because they have to give too. I'm going to put this over here. I hope you can see it. Queen of Pentacles. What's the key? The first key word for the Queen of Pentacles? Generosity. Generosity. Okay? She's not this defensive, cold human being that just thinks everyone's going to screw her over. She lets that be a debate and a lesson and a justice scenario between her and the universe, or between her, that person, and God. She's loving and giving and kind no matter what. If someone's going to be sneaky and lying, if someone's pulling the smoke screen, that's between them and God, not her and them. She'll just walk away. But in the meantime, she's just generous. She's kind, she's loving, she's warm. If somebody takes advantage, she's gone. Okay? But she's always, just as all earth signs are, always willing to put the work in. She doesn't give up either. She feels like it. Everybody does. But she doesn't hang around waiting for stuff to just magically appear in this blissful, mystical world that all of a sudden there's like flowers and rainbows everywhere and bunnies jumping around and there's a feast for everyone to eat forever. Like, she doesn't just wait for that. She makes it happen by working. Okay? She doesn't live in the world of emotions. She creates her reality with tangible work, tangible object, money, houses, food. She makes stuff. Okay, this could be you, this could be your partner. But if you want to live in this energy, I'll tell you what, this is a much more inviting, warm energy than to assume everyone's lying and cheating all the time and be cold and lonely because you're afraid to open up to somebody. You can choose those thoughts. Okay? You can choose this transformation in your love life. This Death card means your love life is being transformed, and it is. It's getting broken down and beaten down, and it's going to regrow on a much better, solid foundation. And that is a foundation of open, positive, forward-looking communication. Geminis, you're still going to be mistrusting. Maybe you have every right to be mistrusting. But again, I'm coming back to this idea of projection. This is the card of spying and stalking. If you are thinking, and your partner could be thinking this too, If you're thinking that someone is always doing something wrong and you're gonna, by golly, you're gonna find out, and that doesn't really seem like your type of energy anyway, but if that's your mindset as we round out the rest of the year, that's all you're doing in that mindset is projecting, and then it will actually happen. So project something different, okay? Project something different. Project positivity. Project open communication. Project loyalty and generosity. Project, I'm willing to work for this. Project, I will give you equal what you give me. I have faith and belief. I believe in love. Project that stuff. Don't project this stuff or this stuff or this stuff. Okay? Six of Cups. Somebody could be coming back from your past. It could be a recent past. It could be this past that just happened. So basically what I'm saying is they're not gone. Your love life's not over. There's this energy here of like you're trying to decide if you're going to believe that it can work or not. And you're putting your partner and yourself through the ringer. But they must really love you and you must really love them, because there is this re-entry. And things start really working out okay. The Wheel of Fortune. So all of a sudden, you feel like you're not left out in the cold. Thank goodness. We round out the rest of the year, the fourth quarter, with the King of Swords. Now, the difference between the King of Swords and the Queen of Swords is there's a lonely aspect to her that's not necessarily there with him. He can seemingly be cold and callous, but it's not because he is choosing to cut off his emotions. This is because he is a very strategic, analytical human being. She is too, but she's put herself there because of heartbreak, because of somebody died or somebody hurt her so badly that she is only going to be calculating and strategic and analytical. He's just like this as a human being. Okay? So, do both of these, can they both love? Yeah, of course. It just takes a little bit more to get into them, like get into their soul. It takes a lot more effort to pull the emotions out to where they're accepting of them. Okay. This guy's always 5 steps ahead of the game. So if this is you or if this is your partner, you know, you're putting them through the ringer and you're kind of causing them to close off, but they're still here. They came back. All right? So, you know, Geminis, this is up to you, really, and your choice of where to have your mind and in your love life. Okay? So leave your comments below. This was I enjoyed this reading a lot. I don't want to say it was necessarily a good reading, but I enjoyed it because there were some pretty clear messages here. So I'm very curious what your comments are. And I say that a lot, but I am always curious. So leave your comments below. Okay? All right. Well, thank you so much. Bye.